The Ring of Polycrates, a ballad by Schiller. Upon his battlements he stood, and downward gazed in joyous mood on Semus's isle that owned his sway. All this is subject to my yoke. To Egypt's monarch thus he spoke, that I am truly blessed, then say. The immortal's favor thou hast known, thy scepter's might has overthrown all those who once were like to thee. Yet to avenge them one lives still. I cannot call thee blessed until that dreaded foe has ceased to be. While to these words the king gave vent, a herald from Miletus sent, appeared before the tyrant there. Lord, let thy incense rise today, and with the laurel branches gay, thou well mayst crown thy festive hair. Thy foe has sunk beneath the spear. I'm sent to bear the glad news here, by thy true martial Polydore. Then from a basin black he takes, the fearful sight their terror awakes, a well-known head besmeared with gore. The king with horror stepped aside, and then with anxious look replied, thy bliss to fortune never commit. On faithless waves bethink thee how thy fleet with doubtful fate swims now, how soon the storm may scatter it. But ere he yet had spoke the word, a shout of jubilee is heard, resounding from the distant strand, with foreign treasures teeming over. The vessel's mast-rich wood once more returns home to its native land. The guest then speaks with startled mind, fortune today in truth seems kind, but thou her fickleness shouldest fear. The Cretan hordes, well skilled in arms, now threaten thee with war's alarms. Even now they are approaching here. And ere the word has escaped his lips, a stir is seen amongst the ships, and thousand voices victory cry. We are delivered from our foe, the storm has laid the Cretan low, the war is ended, is gone by. The shout with horror hears the guest, in truth I must esteem thee blessed. Yet dread I the decrees of heaven, the envy of the gods I fear. To taste of unmixed rapture here is never to a mortal given. With me, too, everything succeeds in all my sovereign acts and deeds. The grace of heaven is ever by, and yet I had a well-loved heir. I paid my debt to fortune there. God took him hence, I saw him die. Wouldest thou from sorrow then be free, pray to each unseen deity, for thy well-being grief to send. The man on whom the gods bestow their gifts with hands that overflow comes never to a happy end. And if the gods thy prayer resist, then to a friend's instruction list. Invoke thyself adversity, and what of all thy treasures bright gives to thy heart the most delight, that take and cast thou in the sea. Then speaks the other, moved by fear. This ring to me is far most dear. Of all this isle within it knows, I to the Furies pledge it now, if they will happiness allow, and in the flood the gem he throws. And with the morrow's earliest light, appeared before the monarch's sight a fisherman all joyously. Lord, I this fish just now have caught, no net before ever held the sort, and as a gift I bring it thee. The fish was opened by the cook, who suddenly with wondering look runs up and utters these glad sounds. Within the fish's maw, behold, I found, great Lord, thy ring of gold, thy fortune truly knows no bounds. The guest with terror turned away. I cannot here then longer stay. My friend, thou canst no longer be. The gods have willed that thou shouldest die, lest I too perish, I must fly. He spoke and sailed thence hastily.